Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. It's Monday and welcome to episode number 78. Don't forget, yesterday we did upload 2 videos. If you've missed any of them, you don't want to have missed any of them, so check back by clicking in the top corner, heading on over to the channel and checking out those videos. Pause this one, catch up, come back. Welcome back. Hello, how you doing? Hope you guys all have a great start to your week. It is Monday, so of course, new week, new goals, new achievements that you can unlock for yourselves going through these next 7 days. Do me a huge favor at the start of the episode, hit me with a thumbs up button. We're shooting for 5,000 likes, so any extra support you can give me is great. I think we're nearly at 490,000 subs, which is like only 10k more to go to 500k, which is nuts. So yeah, subscribe as well to the channel if you are new around here. Help become one of the 500,000. That'd be awesome. Now, gonna start this episode off by doing a little SBC. It was a very cheap one. It was mainly bronze players and stuff. Just literally 3 golds, including one of which was a blue. It was the Conquer the Pitch challenge for a jumbo gold pack untradeable. So I can see why it was cheap, because it's not exactly like you're expecting to get much from this SBC. But if I can switch a bunch of bronzes to a bunch of golds, I will do so. That is for absolute sure. So, no boards, no walkout. I mean, what do you expect, really? It wasn't exactly going to be Mbappe or something, was it? It was a French striker, though. At this time around, it is Haller from West Ham. East London's Mbappe, I think they call him. I don't think they do. But yeah, we get a couple of Sentinels, which is quite good, although they don't sell for much. But I do use them a fair bit, so I will make sure I use them when the time comes. And we jump on into FUT Champions at 7-1. And I've played all of my games so far on the next-gen console. All right, and it has been very tough, very sweaty. The teams have been kind of monstrous, and the players have been what I would consider way above average and like hardcore. The hardcore FIFA community. Because I guess, right, and if you think about it sort of wisely, or, you know, it's like a lot of the people don't have the next-gen consoles yet, obviously. You know, they've just come out. They've been incredibly difficult to get hold of. And a lot of the people that are getting them, or did manage to get hold of them, are parents that are holding them off for Christmas. For some of you guys, I guess, if you're very lucky and fortunate enough to get one. So, I would imagine that the player pool on next-gen, which is what you match up against, is kind of low, and it just seems to be those people that have really gone out there. Maybe they've paid more to get an Xbox so they can play on the next gen version of the game. They sit there all week and we play Division Rivals. We then go into the weekend league. These are like the hardcore FIFA community, so it's a tough bunch of people to face up against. I'm saying that right now. So you'll see what happens throughout this episode. But, you know, we do get through. Memphis doing great things there. That was such a great run in the 88th minute to get me my 3-all equalizer. Yes, I'm against 10 men, but this guy was so good. I just about managed to get 3 shots on target the entire game, and they all went in. You know, they were all in positions where I fully beat the defense and should be scoring my goals. No half chances, you know. But straight into extra time, he just roulettes me with Rashford. And we're seeing so much of this celebration lately. I'm now getting to the point where if it happens for me, I'm trying to skip it as soon as possible. And you have to skip it by holding A. And that's probably the best goal I've scored in ages. That was so nice. That was really nice from Neymar. I don't know why he did like the scissor kick. I don't think I held LT, but I will absolutely take it. And then 4-all turns into 5-4 to Lasty. In the 107th minute, I finally got the lead in this game. And well, I mean, is it going to last? It's doubtful considering my opponent is in my box right now. He ends up knocking it into Ansu Fati, and my player switching just messed up. I did not choose the right players. So he gets the equaliser right at the end, and then we go to penalties, of which I'm not going to show you the entire shootout. It was level pegging. I had a chance to stay level pegging, but I end up getting my shot saved straight down the middle. So Don Lee ends up beating me, and he deserved to, really. So 7-1 to 7-2. GG's to you, bro. And then we come up against this. You can obviously tell he's going to sub off that player. the Vinicius striker guy, and he had a ridiculous team other than that. So in the 35th minute, he was through 1-on-1, and I wipe him out. Only get a yellow card. Should definitely be a red, really, right? And he ends up getting the penalty. It was like a sure goal from Ronaldo or a potential chance for me to save a penalty. Unfortunately, he did score anyway, so that is, yeah, that's unfortunate. And then he does go 2-0 up as well, and I'm like, I don't think this one's going to do much for us. Unfortunately, I couldn't make anything happen here either. It's just so very, very difficult. So, is it at this point? Oh, it is at this point. We end up quitting the next-gen version of the game and heading back onto, still on my Xbox One, on my Xbox Series X, but we're going on to the backwards compatible version of what we're used to, the one which does all of the initializing bug. And obviously the gameplay is a couple of patches ahead, which is, you know, for those of you that don't know, the next-gen version of the game is still a couple patches behind as far as I'm aware. That's what people seem to be saying anyway. And obviously you can tell, like, the pitch doesn't look quite as crispy and stuff. And I figured that this was, people have been saying this was supposed to be a lot easier. So I headed back on here to hopefully get my 14 wins as soon as possible, you know, because at the moment we've just lost 2 on the bounce. And that's not ideal. I end up quitting against the guy at 3-0 because I was 3-0 down after 14 minutes and I could just tell that I was getting slapped. So I know that that's a waste of rivals points, but I wasn't in the mood. I was starting to lose it. So I've lost 3 in a row now, boys. And then we come up against Neymar and Mbappe. And I'm like, well, maybe it isn't just the next-gen version, which has got all these crazy teams and players. And I end up conceding. It took 42 minutes, and we were having quite a good game. And I then ended up conceding that to, I think, in-form Rashford. So at halftime, very, very even. That one extra shot on target has been the difference maker between me leading or between my opponent leading or us drawing. Neymar does bridge past the defender there, and, well, it ends up being a Memphis rebound. Very lucky to get that goal. But we'll take it, right? You know, it's 1-1, heading on into extra time. Again, this weekend has been the most I've ever been to extra time. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. I've never had so many penalty shootouts. I've never been into so many extra time parts of the game. It's just, it's been like draining is the probably the best word that I can use to describe it. And in extra time, as you can see, I'm down to 10 men. I've conceded a couple of goals. I had to throw the kitchen sink at him, and that either goes one of 2 ways, right? You either get the goals that you require, or you concede more. So, yeah, he ended up beating me 4-1. Very, very frustrating. So that's 4 losses in a row. Still sat at 7 wins. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm going to get any more wins this weekend. And then we come up against what looks to be a regular team. Thank goodness for that. Please don't lose 5 in a row, though. That would be embarrassing. And that would turn around all of that good, like the good start that we've had. 7-1. I go 1-0 down, and I'm like, this can't be happening. Really? Surely? What is going on here? Neymar ends up getting into the box, riding a challenge really well. And then I'm surprised that Depay, on his 3-star weak foot, actually managed to convert that, because it was a very tight angle. But as you can see at half-time, I've pretty much dominated this match. The one shot he's had, he scored. I think I just need to, like, keep my composure, and we could be all right. But then he ends up scoring again, and oh, God. At this point, I think my head was gone so much that I wasn't playing the right football anymore. Like, I was, you know, when you're just playing angry and you're not playing, like, when you're playing casual and calm and you're laughing with your friends on Discord and stuff, honestly, these games just go on autopilot and you just end up smacking people and scoring some of the best goals that you've ever scored. It's when you're, like, trying too hard and over-concentrating and you're stressed and angry, that's when things go terribly, terribly wrong. So I have managed to turn the game around. We're getting to extra time again. And as you can see, in the 113th minute, I actually end up going 2 goals into the lead. It is this super sub, Roman Alessandrini, who has been freaking amazing, I have to say, as a super sub. I have absolutely loved him. And we finally get a victory. So no 5 losses in a row. We just take the 4 L's in a row and we get ourselves a win. So we're now 8-4. 8-5. Oh, God. We come up against Flashback Aguero, Red Werner. It's got little baby Bastian Schweinsteiger in there. I get a penalty in the 2nd minute as he does wipe me down, I think, Clarence Seedorf was through into the box, and Neymar steps up, whips one into the top corner, as I do pretty much every time I take a penalty with the Brazilian. And then Lucas whips one in. That's a good header from Timo Werner. I guess that right there is probably the situation where like Wan-Bissaka's not a great centre-back, but in other situations, having the extra agility and stuff that he has proved to be really helpful. So yeah, as long as people don't just try and do aerial battles against me, then I think we'll be okay. So this guy went 2-1 up, but I genuinely thought I should be winning. So I step up and score my second penalty of the game. It's normally me giving away the penalty, so GG's from my opponent from taking that little trophy away from me. But at half-time, as you can see, he's bossing it in terms of possession. Other than that, pretty even game. We'll see how it goes. It goes to extra time again. Nobody scored in the second half. So another game in a row where we've headed on into extra time. And what happens in extra time? We get through with Rashford. We knock it through to Neymar. Neymar scores that goal. 99 minutes on the clock. Can we manage to just keep this one? Oh no, look at it. You could just tell he's going to score, right? There's so many bobbles and bounces and I'm not clearing it. And in the 103rd minute, he manages to equalise. So this one goes to penalties as well, but I was advantage +1 to Lasty. Final penalty taken, Neymar steps up. I don't know how the goalie doesn't save it, but I win a penalty shootout. The first in a while. Jeez. Right, so that is going to be 9 and 5. Whatever it is, I wasn't happy about it. It was a stressful old session. We carried on though, and we then come up against this. This is... it's a nice team. I think it's someone that likes SBCs a little bit more than me even as well, which is crazy. But Seedorf fits in with a rainbow flick and gets, I think, his first goal for the club. I think that might be the first goal Seedorf has scored for us. And if that doesn't make him feel good, he'll feel great to score his second goal. He's got a brace. This man, Clarence Seedorf, has been so great for us since coming into the team. I really like him. He's pushing forwards again here. He's going to go for his hat-trick. Nah, he's got to be a team player and knock this one into Memphis. I nearly screw it up, but then we still score with that 3-star weak foot that isn't a problem and everyone seems to have a problem with. But yeah, Depay getting through again here. Going to knock this one into Rashford. I just end up volleying it home. Nearly went wide, but... I guess he's clinical enough that it didn't. And at 4-0 at half-time, I'm feeling like, you know, we can't really be stopped in this game. Maybe I finally found my flow. Maybe we finally just reached an elo where people aren't, you know, are a little bit worse than me or whatever, or we out-team people and stuff. But I scored that in the 88th minute. I think I was trying to do one of my classic Lasty rainbow flick scorpions. But yeah, you can't really do it with Neymar, and I completely mistimed it. And it still went in, but I get a 5-0 victory there. And GG's to that guy. That was a tough one for him to take, I'm sure. But hey, we move on. We're now at 10 wins. Can we try and get our 11th right here? Oh, wait. What have we just come up against? Another insane team. Neymar, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Cruyff. What am I supposed to do? So I didn't know if this guy was going to be fantastic or whether he was pay to win or what. You know, there's a chance of it being both, obviously, because most of the people that are very good at this game and have these crazy teams obviously spend a lot of money because it, you know, it helps them if they're trying to go pro or something like that. And that's kind of what you got to do, isn't it, really, these days, which is a little bit sad. But we show you, obviously, that you can play this game without spending any money and get a really good team doing it and try and have fun along the way as well. So we're actually 1-1 at half-time, and it was a very unfortunate bounce that led to Neymar putting him 2-1 up. But we've had plenty of those bounces over the time. So, yeah, you know, it happens. You just got to ride it out. And then Ronaldo scores a little near-post goal there. I wonder if it was because I maybe started rushing my goalkeeper that he was a little bit out of place or something. I don't think I moved him. But either way, this game was kind of over. He just sort of took over with his crazy players and did showcase that he was a good player and could put some nice goals together. I think in the end I get a little sort of consolation goal. Yeah, a little chip with Alessandrini. I think he pretty much was letting me get that goal. But yeah, whatever. That was all she wrote on that one. We get 4-2 battered. As you can see there, look at the possession, 63%. So I'm still stuck at 10 wins, but I think I'm now up to 6 losses. And then we come up against this. Look at those reds. How on earth have you done that, bro? It's Rashford. It's Rafinha. It is Bruno Fernandes. I wish I got red luck like that. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? But hey, anyway, we get inside with Neymar. Because he doesn't auto-block it, he doesn't AI block it, he actually controls the defender. That's how that one ends up going in, which is stupid and should be totally opposite, but I'll take the goal. And then Neymar with some fantastic dribbling just does the defender to put me 2-0 up after 21 minutes. Rashford then gets it into Memphis, back to Rashford again. Solid finisher. This right here, when I'm flowing with those three strikers, they can't be stopped because they've all got 5-star skill moves. They're all incredibly agile and stuff, and they move so well that, you know, if I'm clicking and things are going right, then we're scoring goals and we're making it look good. But sometimes it just doesn't quite work out like that. But Neymar ends up getting a 4th for us here, which is going to make my opponent rage quit. He's had enough at that point, and I don't blame him either. But, hey, you know, we've even quit this weekend. So, and I'm telling you right now, it wasn't the only quit we've done this weekend. Stay tuned for tomorrow. But yeah, what an incredibly stressful run in the weekend league. Basically, next gen is way more difficult than old gen. Or the teams are more difficult and the opponents are sweatier at this point in time. I think it will level out eventually, but right now, I think I'm going to have to play the Weekend League in the old gen state, simply because otherwise I'm going to end up going like 11 and 19. I think that's just pretty much how it's going to go. So, yeah, we'll carry on tomorrow. I mean, Neymar's got such a good goal and assist to game ratio. The guy is just superb. But I do feel like maybe we're coming to the end of our time with Neymar. Find out more tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the episode. If you'll do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button, that would be amazing. Let's go for 5,000 likes. I think you can do it. Show your support. Subscribe as well. I thank you for that. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below, everyone. Take it easy, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.